Have you ever wondered what makes Tibet, a land so high up in the mountains, so intriguing and unique in its customs? Welcome to an exploration of the mysteries of Tibet, a place that has captivated the hearts and minds of many with its unique blend of culture, tradition, and natural beauty. Nestled amidst the towering peaks of the Himalayas, Tibet is not just geographically elevated, but it's also spiritually uplifting. This roof of the world is a landlocked region in East Asia, where the earth meets the sky. Its unique altitude, averaging about 16,000 feet, has a profound impact on the lifestyle of its inhabitants. The thin air, the biting cold, and the stark, rugged terrain shape a way of life that is as resilient as it is remarkable. Life at such altitude is not for the faint-hearted. Imagine living in a place where the oxygen level is only around 60% of what we're used to at sea level. In such an environment, the human body must adapt to survive, and the people of Tibet have done just that, developing a unique physiology that allows them to thrive in this high-altitude haven. But it's not just about survival. It's about a way of life that has evolved over centuries, a culture steeped in tradition and spirituality. The Tibetans have developed a distinct culture that is deeply intertwined with their natural surroundings and their Buddhist beliefs. Tibet is well known for its deep-rooted spirituality. But what is it that drives this spirituality? In the heart of the Himalayas, Tibet thrives with a unique spiritual energy. This energy is fueled by the profound influence of Buddhism, which has been an integral part of Tibetan culture since the 7th century. A walk through the bustling alleys of Lhasa, the capital city, or the tranquil trails of the Himalayas, and you're bound to encounter colorful prayer flags fluttering in the wind, or hear the rhythmic chants of monks in the distance. Buddhism in Tibet isn't just a religion. It's a way of life that guides every aspect of the Tibetan lifestyle, from their daily routines to their understanding of the universe. It's a philosophy that encourages compassion, mindfulness, and the pursuit of enlightenment. At the helm of this spiritual journey is the Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader of the Tibetan people. The Dalai Lama is not just a figurehead. He is revered as a living embodiment of the Buddha of compassion. His teachings and philosophies permeate Tibetan society, inspiring a way of life that seeks harmony and spiritual growth. But the spiritual heart of Tibet doesn't just beat in the monasteries or during grand religious festivals. It pulses through the everyday life of the Tibetans, from the morning ritual of offering juniper incense to the deities, to the spinning of prayer wheels. As a form of meditation, spirituality is deeply ingrained in the Tibetan way of life. Even in the face of adversity, Tibetans have held on to their spiritual beliefs. It's a testament to their resilience, their deep-rooted faith, and their unwavering devotion to their spiritual journey. Spirituality in Tibet is an intricate tapestry of faith, tradition, and culture. It's a journey of the soul that transcends the physical world, seeking a deeper connection with the universe and the divine. It's a testament to the Tibetan people's unwavering faith and resilience, a beacon of hope amidst the challenges they face. Tibet's spirituality isn't just confined to monasteries. It is woven into the very fabric of daily life. One of Tibet's most unique yet misunderstood customs is the practice of sky burials. In the heart of the Himalayas, the people of Tibet have a long-standing tradition that may seem startling to outsiders, yet holds profound significance for them: the sky burial. The concept of sky burials is rooted in the Tibetan Buddhist belief in the transience of life. It is a practice where the deceased are laid to rest by returning them to nature, specifically through feeding them to birds of prey, primarily vultures. The Tibetans see this method as a way of providing sustenance to the living creatures, a final act of generosity and compassion from the deceased. To an outsider, this might seem a bit macabre, but in the Tibetan context, there's a certain poetic beauty to it. The body, once the spirit has departed, is seen as an empty vessel, a shell that served its purpose and is now returned to the earth, or in this case, the sky. Sky burials also reflect the Tibetan belief in reincarnation. They believe that once a person dies, their soul leaves the body to be reborn in a new form. So, the body, now devoid of its spirit, should be used for a noble cause, such as feeding the hungry vultures. This practice is not just about death, but about life, nature, and the interconnectedness of all beings. It underlines the Tibetan belief in the cycle of life and death, that death is not an end, but a transition, a part of the journey of the soul towards enlightenment. Sky burials are carried out with much respect and ritual. The body is prepared by Rogyapas, or body breakers, who disassemble the body in a specific manner. This is done in secluded charnel grounds, high in the mountains, away from human habitation. Despite its seemingly morbid nature, sky burials hold a profound place in Tibetan culture, symbolizing a deep respect for nature and life's cycle. It's a stark reminder of our temporary existence and the eternal dance of life and death, where endings are just beginnings in disguise. Another interesting aspect of Tibetan society is the practice of polyandry. Yes, you heard it right. Polyandry, a term that might sound foreign to many, is the practice where a woman has more than one husband at a time. This marital arrangement is quite rare globally, but has been a part of Tibetan culture for centuries. How did it begin, you might wonder? The origins of polyandry in Tibet are deeply rooted in the harsh realities of their environment. The rugged, mountainous terrain of Tibet means that arable land is scarce. To prevent the division of land among heirs, families started practicing fraternal polyandry, where all brothers in a family share a single wife. This practice helped maintain the integrity of family land holdings and ensured their survival in this challenging landscape. But it's not all about practicality. There's an emotional aspect too. This unique arrangement fosters a strong sense of unity and cooperation among the brothers. They share the responsibilities of managing the family and raising children, creating a tightly knit familial bond. However, as with all things in life, polyandry in Tibet is not without its complications. The introduction of new economic systems and modern ideas about love and marriage have led to a decline in the practice. Today, it's more prevalent in rural areas, while urban parts of Tibet have largely moved away from this tradition. That being said, the practice of polyandry has left an indelible mark on Tibetan society. It's a testament to their adaptability and resilience, painting a vivid picture of a culture that is both complex and fascinating. So, the next time you find yourself in a conversation about unusual marital practices, remember the Tibetan women and their multiple husbands. It's a story of survival, unity, and adaptation that never fails to intrigue. Polyandry, a practice so unique, is just another testament to Tibet's diverse and fascinating culture. Now, let's talk about a custom that might raise some eyebrows: the walking marriage. This fascinating practice is a unique aspect of Tibetan society. The term walking marriage has nothing to do with walking down an aisle. Instead, it refers to a non-binding relationship where a woman can invite a man to her house at night, and he leaves in the morning after spending the night together. In Western societies, we might call this a friends with benefits situation. But in Tibet, it's a centuries-old tradition that has its roots in social and economic factors. Unlike the rest of the world, where marriage often involves a binding contract and shared responsibilities, in a walking marriage, the woman retains her independence. She has full control over her property and her children, who take her surname. It's a matriarchal society that values the freedom and autonomy of women. The walking marriage also plays a significant role in population control. In the harsh and sparse environment of Tibet, resources are limited. This unique relationship structure ensures that population growth remains sustainable. Men are free to visit multiple women, and women can invite different men. But the children resulting from these unions are raised by the woman and her family. While it may seem like a purely physical arrangement, there's an emotional and spiritual aspect to it as well. The men and women in these relationships often form deep connections, even if they're not bound by the typical confines of marriage. Critics might argue that walking marriages promote promiscuity, but the Tibetans view it differently. They see it as a practice that empowers women, promotes freedom, and maintains social stability. It's a testament to the cultural diversity that exists in our world, reminding us that there's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to societal norms and practices. The walking marriage is perhaps one of the most controversial yet intriguing aspects of Tibetan culture. In a society with such unique customs, one might wonder, what is the role of women in Tibetan society? Let's delve into this fascinating topic. Women in Tibet play a vital role in maintaining the societal and cultural fabric. They are the caretakers, the nurturers, and the preservers of their rich heritage. When it comes to rights, Tibetan women enjoy considerable freedom compared to their counterparts in many other Asian societies. They are free to choose their partners, marry, divorce, and remarry. They can inherit and own property and participate in religious and social activities. This speaks volumes about the respect and recognition they receive in their society. But it's not just about rights. With rights come responsibilities. Tibetan women shoulder a substantial amount of work, both at home and in the fields. They are the primary caregivers for their families, ensuring the well-being of their children and elders. They also play a crucial role in agriculture, contributing to the economic stability of their households. Yet, the influence of Tibetan women extends beyond the domestic sphere. They are the custodians of Tibetan culture, passing down traditional songs, dances, and stories from generation to generation. They are also active participants in religious rituals and festivals, reinforcing their cultural identity and strengthening community bonds. In recent years, more Tibetan women are stepping into leadership roles, becoming advocates for social change. They are raising their voices for environmental conservation, education, and women's rights, shaping the future of their society. But let's not forget, Tibetan society, like any other, is not without its challenges. While progress has been made, gender inequality persists in certain aspects. Yet the resilience and strength of Tibetan women continue to inspire change, breaking down barriers and paving the way for future generations. Women in Tibet, like their customs, are unique, strong, and integral to the fabric of society. They are the beating heart of Tibet, embodying its spirit and preserving its rich cultural heritage. Their role is not just significant, but indispensable to the sustenance and evolution of Tibetan society. As we conclude our journey, it is clear that Tibet is a land of fascinating customs and strong cultural conviction. This high-altitude haven invites us into a realm where spirituality weaves into the fabric of daily life, where the sky isn't just a canopy, but a sacred burial ground, and where marriage isn't a bond between two, but can be a shared responsibility among many. Tibet is an enigma, a place where traditions and customs are as towering as its peaks. The spiritual heart of Tibet, pulsating with Buddhist teachings, has shaped a society where compassion and peace are not just ideals, but a way of life. The practice of sky burials, though seemingly macabre to outsiders, is a profound expression of this spiritual devotion, where death is seen as a part of life's continuum, and the sky, a celestial abode. Polyandry, an intriguing custom, where a woman marries not one, but all brothers in a family, underscores the practical wisdom of Tibetans. In a harsh, mountainous terrain, where resources are scarce, this practice is a pragmatic approach to population control and resource management. The Mosuo's walking marriage tradition is another fascinating aspect of Tibet's cultural tapestry. It challenges conventional norms of marriage and family structure, promoting gender equality and independence. And let's not forget the role of women in Tibetan society. Far from being marginalized, they are active participants in societal affairs, standing shoulder to shoulder with men, whether it's in the workforce, at home, or in religious practices. Tibetan customs may seem unconventional, even shocking, to some, but they are a testament to the resilience and adaptability of a culture that has thrived in isolation amidst the Himalayan heights. These practices are not merely traditions, they are lifelines, shaping the Tibetan way of life, their worldview, and their identity. Tibet, a land high in the mountains, holds a world of customs that are not just unique, but also a testament to the resilience and adaptability of human culture.